Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Jonathan Lai from Middle Tennessee State University. I'm currently a pre-med sophomore and I'm finishing up my semester of organic chemistry, genetics, and physics. I just have a few tests left to do and I'm not really stressing about them at all. I feel very confident. I've looked over the material a bunch and I'm just really excited for the semester to come to a close, kind of reflect on everything I've learned, how much I've grown as a person, and I'm really excited for the two big meets I have coming up. Meet of Champs in 5 days from December 2nd to December 4th. I'll be going for a few more Winter Junior bonus cuts so that I'll be able to swim more events at Winter Junior Nationals the following week in Greensboro. And I'm just really excited to see how much I've improved in the swim pool and just really have all the hard work I've done pay off. And, this resting period to where I'm getting ready to peak for a meet is definitely a little bit anxiety inducing and a little bit stressful and pretty awkward. But one thing I've been thinking about is that no matter how I'm feeling or how like my results in training are leading up to that meet, it still doesn't change what I'm gonna have to do this Friday. I'm still gonna have to step up on the blocks, take a deep breath, get hyped to some music, and execute the race how I've been practicing leading up to the meet. I mean, the most I can ask of myself is that I prepare myself in the best way I can and just go out there, have fun, and execute how I've been training. And I think this little swim analogy can also turn into something that I can apply in my day to day life. I mean, there are definitely some days that I feel a little bit anxious, a little bit sad, feeling like I don't want to get up and do these challenging things or do the things that I want to do to reach my goals because they're definitely hard and anxiety inducing and stressful. But the key thing to understand is that feelings are just feelings. They'll come and go, and really understand that one day in the past I really committed to kind of the path I'm on. Like one day I committed to this program. I signed the contract and I committed to become a doctor and helping rural Tennessee. And just as in swimming, I committed to becoming a better swimmer. And that's why I wake up at 5 a.m. every day to go to morning practice. So just understanding that the little bumps in the road aren't necessarily indicative that you're losing your passion for something, but it is simply a little road bump. And an analogy that I really like is that when you plant a seed, you're not going to uh, dig up the soil to see if the seed has grown at all. You're going to let it sit there for a few weeks, a few months, a few years, and then see how it cultivates out of that soil. And I think that relates to how we need to have blind faith in our process, and that once we've committed ourselves to something, remembering that commitment, remembering that why, and then keep pushing on, even if it does get a little bit hard, because anything that's hard, anything that's stressful, means that you're really growing. And another quote that I've heard this past week, it was from the University of Michigan head coach of swimming, Mike Bottom. He said that for every can't, there are hundreds of cans. So basically, if you can't get a 4.0 this semester, you can get a 3.8. If you can't get an A, you can get a B plus. You can get a B. And even if something like not reaching your expectations, like my goal is to go like 48 in the 100 butterfly, and that would be a summer junior cut, maybe even a US Open cut if I get into the low 48-second range. It's something as simple as, even if I'm not hitting that goal, I I didn't go 48, but I can move forward towards getting toward that 48 later in the season, or even I can support my teammates into hitting their expectations. So the main theme for me this past week has really been not setting those expectations for myself, and not kind of breaking down the meaning of those expectations. Like, I expect a lot from myself because I know I can be highly successful, but uh I shouldn't dig into those expectations as much. And at the end of the day, it's kind of sort of a check-in and a reminder that I believe in myself a lot. I shouldn't let those expectations really dictate how I feel or kind of set a bar for me to reach. They should simply be there because I know I have enough belief in myself to be successful, and that's all they should be. And I've been really trying to connect my intention to kind of my happiness recently. It's not necessarily hitting the checkpoints I need to be to reach my goals, but really understanding my intention. Like, I always intend to do good, and I always intend to spread motivation and inspire people. And as long as I keep in touch with that intention, the way I move through that intention doesn't necessarily matter as much. And I've just been really trying to lean on those two aspects of my life and really develop kind of a love for myself and a love for other people. Like, just not asking what I can gain from other people, but instead asking what I can give. And that's actually made me gain a lot of happiness in the process. When instead I ask what I can give to other people, I find that I feel a sense of fulfillment after you can see a certain change in people. And even through making these YouTube videos, I've seen a lot of positive feedback through my mom's been relaying some messages to me, and it makes me feel really happy and really fulfilled. So it's not necessarily asking what I can gain from other people or what I can gain from these actions I'm doing, but instead what I can give, and in the process of giving, you can gain. So, really, kind of the question I want you guys to ask yourself throughout these coming weeks is, how what are my intentions, and how are those intentions driving what I do today? And if those two things are in line, your intentions and what you're doing, that's all you can ask for, right? Is that you're in line with your purpose, you're happy, and that you're improving every day. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned something. And remember to ask yourself, what is my intention, and how can I connect that into the day to day?